Hey everyone, gather round because I've got a wild story to share about my time working under one of the most toxic managers you can imagine. Picture this, a guy in his late 50s, a self-proclaimed people person, but really just a bully in a suit. Yeah, that was my boss. A few years ago, I was working at a retail company, putting in my hours and doing my best. I had been there for almost 2 years when this new manager came in. At first, he seemed charming, but then he took a sudden interest in me. Just to be clear, I was in a relationship at the time, and once he found out, he quickly shifted gears and launched a full-on hate campaign against me. It was ridiculous. So I had initially planned to resign, but just as I was about to leave, he swooped in and offered me a retail manager position. I thought, more pay, less hours? Count me in. But little did I know, things were about to get messy. Fast forward to the present, my new boss was on a mission to micromanage every little aspect of my job. He believed that working meant constantly being on your feet, running around like a headless chicken. And guess what? He didn't like seeing me at my desk, even when I was doing my actual job, like creating weekly schedules, handling customer complaints, and developing proposals for retail improvement. To make matters worse, he decided to pile even more responsibilities on my plate. Out of nowhere, I was also appointed as a quality control checker. So here I am, juggling two completely opposing jobs, and he's yelling at me for actually sitting down to get my work done. I reached my breaking point. I thought, if he wants me to be constantly moving, then I'll show him how that works. So I hatched a plan. I started doing all the scheduling and proposal work during my breaks. I would send those emails to him for approval and make sure to be seen doing quality checks around the store. And guess what? He didn't even bother reading my emails. I mean, who has time for that, right? I was fully prepared for him to yell at me for neglecting my retail duties. But instead, he called a meeting with the owner and the director, and I could feel the tension as soon as I walked into the room. He began publicly humiliating me, claiming I had failed at my job and that he wanted to fire me. My heart raced as he went on, but I knew I had a secret weapon. You see, I had CC'd the owner and the director on all my emails. So, while he was trying to throw me under the bus, I calmly explained my tasks, detailing what I was supposed to do and why I had to manage my time the way I did. The look on his face was priceless. He realized that he hadn't bothered to read any of my emails, and here he was, trying to accuse me of incompetence. The tables turned quickly. The owner and director looked at each other, then back at him, and you could tell they were connecting the dots. In a matter of minutes, my boomer boss went from trying to fire me to being shown the door himself. I couldn't believe it. Not only did I manage to keep my job, but I actually got a raise out of the whole ordeal. But here's the kicker. I decided to leave the company a few months later for a different opportunity. I had learned my lesson. Sometimes the best way to deal with toxic behavior is to play the game and show them just how it's done. So, what do you think? Have you ever had a boss who didn't know how to manage? How did you deal with it? Let me know in the comments below.